Natural wonders shaped by disasters, too unreal to believe. When we think of disasters, volcanic eruptions, massive floods, or earth-shattering quakes, we often imagine devastation and ruin. But what if I told you that these same destructive forces also sculpted some of the most breathtaking places on Earth? Today, we're counting down the top 10 natural wonders shaped by disasters. And trust me, number 1 will leave you speechless. Number 10, the Great Barrier Reef, born from the meltdown of an ice age. Off the coast of Australia lies a stunning living structure, visible even from space, the Great Barrier Reef. At over 1,400 miles long, it's the largest coral reef system in the world, home to thousands of species. But behind its dazzling beauty is a story shaped by catastrophe. Around 20,000 years ago, the world was locked in an ice age. Sea levels were over 300 feet lower than they are today. Massive glaciers gripped the Earth, and the areas that now host vibrant marine life were dry land. Then came the meltdown. As temperatures rose and the glaciers receded, the sea flooded vast continental shelves. Warm, shallow waters covered the now submerged land, ideal conditions for coral to thrive. That post-glacial flooding, an event tied to catastrophic climate change, gave birth to the Great Barrier Reef. It was disaster that carved a path for one of the planet's richest marine ecosystems. And yet, the reef is under threat again. This time, not from nature, but from us. Number 9. Victoria Falls, forged by ancient earthquakes. They call it the smoke that thunders. Victoria Falls, on the border of Zambia and Zimbabwe, is one of the largest and most powerful waterfalls in the world. Over a mile wide and plunging more than 350 feet, it's a force of nature like no other. But this natural marvel didn't simply appear. It was born of deep-seated chaos. Millions of years ago, massive tectonic activity fractured the Earth's crust across southern Africa. These violent shifts formed a series of fault lines and gorges. The mighty Zambezi River, flowing across the basalt plateau, found its way into one of these cracks. It began carving, grinding, and eroding the rock, eventually creating the deep chasm we now know as Victoria Falls. So when you hear the thunder of that water crashing below, you're listening to a story written by ancient earthquakes. Number 8. The Grand Canyon, a monument to erosion and flood. Few places on Earth stir the soul quite like the Grand Canyon. A mile deep, over 270 miles long, and layered like a cake of geologic history, it's one of the most iconic landmarks in the United States. But how did this giant chasm come to be? It started with violent uplift. Tens of millions of years ago, tectonic forces lifted the Colorado Plateau. Then came the water. The Colorado River began slicing through rock, relentlessly carving its way down year after year. Add flash floods, landslides, and even lava flows from nearby volcanoes, and you get a canyon, sculpted by both steady erosion and sudden catastrophe. Each layer of rock tells a different story, from ancient oceans to wind-blown deserts. This isn't just a canyon, it's a time machine, built by disaster and shaped by water. Number 7. Mount Everest, created by the collision of continents. Standing at 29,032 feet above sea level, Mount Everest is the highest place on Earth. But it didn't rise gently. Over 50 million years ago, the Indian tectonic plate collided with the Eurasian plate with unstoppable force. The result? The land buckled, folded, and thrust upward, forming the Himalayas. Everest is the crown jewel of that tectonic violence. It is literally marine limestone pushed to the sky. Fossils of ancient sea creatures now sit atop the world. And the mountain is still growing. Every year, the plates continue to push, causing Everest to rise by a few millimeters. So the next time you see climbers reaching the summit, remember, they're standing on a battlefield between continents. Number 6. Aurora Borealis, celestial chaos in the night sky. The Aurora Borealis, or Northern Lights, might be the most magical light show on Earth. But this spectacle is not magic, it's the result of cosmic violence. It all begins 93 million miles away on the surface of the Sun. Violent solar storms eject massive bursts of charged particles into space. When these particles reach Earth, they interact with our planet's magnetic field. Some are pulled toward the poles, where they collide with atoms in the upper atmosphere, causing them to glow in greens, pinks, and purples. This celestial ballet is the aftermath of solar explosions, chaotic energy that turns our skies into something out of a dream. It's beautiful, yes, but it's also a reminder of the vast, unpredictable forces that govern our universe. Number 5. Perikutin, the volcano that appeared overnight. Imagine waking up to find a volcano erupting in your backyard. That's exactly what happened in 1943 in a small village in Mexico. Farmer Dionisio Pulido was tending his cornfield when the ground split open and smoke began to rise. Within hours, lava began to pour from the fissure. Over the next 9 years, a brand new volcano named Perikutin grew from the earth, eventually reaching a height of 1,400 feet. It buried entire villages, but miraculously, no lives were lost. The church tower of San Juan Parangaricutiro still sticks out above the hardened lava, an eerie monument to nature's power. Perikutin is one of the only volcanoes on Earth whose full life cycle, from birth to dormancy, has been witnessed by humans. And it started with disaster, right beneath someone's feet. Number 4. Salar de Uyuni, a mirror from an ancient flood. In Bolivia lies a place so surreal, it looks like heaven has touched the earth. Salar de Uyuni is the world's largest salt flat, stretching over 4,000 square miles. During the rainy season, it transforms into a perfect mirror of the sky. But this ethereal beauty has dark origins. Thousands of years ago, a massive prehistoric lake called Lake Minchin covered the Bolivian highlands. Over time, volcanic eruptions and climate shifts caused the lake to evaporate, leaving behind thick crusts of salt and lithium. Today, Salar de Uyuni isn't just beautiful, it's valuable. It contains over 50% of the world's lithium reserves. Born from evaporation, collapse, and flood, this place is a shimmering testament to disaster reborn as beauty. Number 3. The Dead Sea, a salty graveyard of tectonic activity. The Dead Sea, located between Israel and Jordan, is the lowest land point on Earth, over 1,300 feet below sea level. And it's so salty, you can float effortlessly on its surface. But how did it become this way? Millions of years ago, the African and Arabian plates began pulling apart, creating a deep rift in the Earth's crust, known as the Jordan Rift Valley. Water from rivers, particularly the Jordan River, flowed into this basin, but there was no outlet. Number 2. The Amazon rainforest, grown from the ashes of collapse. The Amazon rainforest is often called the lungs of the planet. It's home to 1 in 10 known species and stretches across 9 countries. But its story didn't begin with lush green. It began with collapse. Tens of millions of years ago, the Amazon was actually a vast inland sea. Then came the rise of the Andes, triggered by, you guessed it, tectonic activity. The uplift of this colossal mountain range cut off the flow of water, transforming the sea into a sprawling basin. Number 1. Iguazu Falls, a waterfall, born from Earth's breakup. And finally, at number 1, we travel to the border of Brazil and Argentina to witness one of the most spectacular waterfalls on Earth, Iguazu Falls. Stretching nearly 2 miles wide and consisting of over 270 individual drops, Iguazu is nothing short of mesmerizing. But its creation was far from peaceful. Around 132 million years ago, massive volcanic eruptions in what is now South America blanketed the region in thick basalt rock. Later, as tectonic forces fractured the crust, the Iguazu River found itself redirected, eventually spilling over the edge of this volcanic plateau. The result? A curtain of water so powerful, it's said that even Eleanor Roosevelt gasped. Poor Niagara upon seeing it. Its nature at its most dramatic, an unforgettable reminder of how violence can give rise to wonder. Which of these wonders blew your mind the most? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more epic journeys through nature's wildest stories. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.